Welcome to the Middle-Raged podcast, where your hosts, Adam and Keith, get a bit cross about stuff that really doesn't matter. Bless them. Oh, and we should probably warn you that things can be a bit sweary at times.
Hello and welcome to this episode 41 of the Middle-Raged podcast with me, Adam Eccles, and my co-host, Keith A. Pearson. Good morning, Keith, sir.
Off to a cracking start. Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Just about morning.
Yes.
In January.
In January,
Still.
the bleakness and the grey skies and the lack of snow, but the sort of mankiness.
It's all a bit meh, isn't it?
Yeah. It's such a come down, isn't it? Everyone's so excited for Christmas and the New Year and all the parties, and then it's just, oh, my credit card is creaking.
I think I made an observation in one of my books that the starkness, because Christmas is all like colours and bright and tinsel and fairy lights, and it's very colourful, isn't it?
Yes.
And yet then you sort of strip all of this stuff from your home, and then the bleakness of January, the grey, oppressive grey skies, the constant cold, the rain, the wind, and snow for some people, I believe.
Snow for some people, yeah. Well, I haven't had any, but yeah.
Well, we had a storm, and I know we touched on storms before, and I cannot remember the name of this. I think it was oregano or something Italian sounding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it dumped a load of snow over parts of the country, and the rest of us just got a bit of wind and more greyness.
Yeah. No, I didn't get any snow, so there was a small bit of wind, but yeah, it was just miserable.
Just in Adam's front room.
That happens.
We should also mention the this time of year, this is also prevalent, which, dear listeners, you may pick up on, is one or both of us may have that low-key, I'm not 100%, not quite a cold, but bit of runny nose, bit of chestiness, all that kind of crap that seems to...
less than optimal.
Absolutely, yes. Not running as efficiently. Not that we ever run efficiently, I would guess. But you just don't feel quite yourself.
Yeah. And it's good to feel yourself, isn't it?
Oh, not this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
apologies if you hear any sniffing or coughing in this episode, but
I'll try and edit that out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, good to know. And if you are all dying sick with your Lucozade on the couch watching, I don't know, what is it?
Cash in the Attic.
Yeah, something like that. Then turn the TV off and listen to a podcast instead, because it's much more, it's healthier. You can do that with your eyes closed, you see. You can lie down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better. Good stuff. So last episode was a new thing, wasn't it? It was a, what's the word? A guest
Adamless.
episode. Yeah, well, yeah, I wasn't in I did make a very brief entry talking about griddles, right? Because as Jason talked about, he worked in a Little Chef, and we were talking about Little Chefs. I worked in a Little Chef for, I don't know, about 18 months, I think it was, in probably 89, 90, maybe 91. I can't remember exactly, but it was a strange time. Yeah, those were the good days, though.
Well, we may have something in catch-up corner for you on that.
Okay, good stuff. Cool. All right, well, let's move on then. So we have had a new patron. That is somebody who went to buymeacoffee.com/middleraged and donated their life savings to us. I think that's what it means, doesn't it? Yeah. So thank you to Binesh, who's a solid chap, I know, for your donation. So that's very nice. I think he signed up for a full year
He did. He paid over 20 squid. So that's very much appreciated, Binesh, because that goes some way to covering the exorbitant cost of running all the crap that we have to pay for.
That's right. That's right.
Do you think at this point we should also share the frustrations we've had with the...
So
whilst we're having a good old whinge.
Yeah. Technical glitches. We've had many technical glitches. You'd think in 2026, wow, 2026, look at that. You think we ever get... When you think about we were growing up in the 80s, 90s, and you thought about, oh, wow, the year 2000, it's going to be so amazing. And here we are in 2026, and we still can't get a fucking VoIP call to work properly.
And we still have the fucking common cold.
Yeah, well, yeah. No flying cars.
No
nothing cool like that. No Star Trek transporters, no holodecks. No. I mean, we have got a lot of cool stuff, but we haven't got the ones that we wanted.
We definitely need transport. What were they called in Star Trek?
Transporters.
Transponders, I think, weren't they? Transporters, something like that. I mean, Jesus Christ, that would be so useful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we could do the podcast in person then. We wouldn't have to.
Yeah, that'd solve all problems. There'd be no. You'd think that would solve most of the world's problems because you wouldn't have like airplanes going everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the massive energy and data that it would take to beam somebody across the world is, never mind that. But yeah. And then, of course, all the people who are saying, well, if you beam all of your molecules, right, you delete them in one location and create them in another. Is that the same person? And does your soul travel with you? Don't know.
Oh God, that's a bit existential, isn't it?
It is. You can have those soul people who refuse to use transporters. That's what's going to happen.
Like vegans of the
future vegans. Like Bones, Dr. McCoy, he wouldn't use a transporter. Yeah. Didn't like it. Anyway,
we don't have that, so
no. So we've just got podcasts. But anyway, thank you again, Binesh, and if you want to join the ranks and become a patron of the arts, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/middleraged, and that just your donation is much appreciated, and just eases the burden of all the crap that we have to deal with.
It's still a burden, though.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, let's go to Catch Up Corner. So Math on Math Suite, that is Beat the Sweet Math, on Facebook. Now, this is going on from the theme of ridiculous confectionery products.
The brand extension.
And this is from 10 years ago, apparently. So possibly the first signs of this happening. And
could be the genesis.
Yeah, it could be. So what it is, I know that this is before AI, and it does look, suitably aged in the picture style. But is this real?
I remember these are Pringles, which I'm sure everyone is conversant with, the sort of weird crisp things in a tube.
Yeah.
Not a massive fan. Do you have a view on Pringles?
I don't mind the paprika ones, but I cut all that stuff out because it's not good.
Do you find do you know what I don't like? I don't eat them very often, or at all. But I find they're really dry. They're dehydrating.
Probably that's part of what the motto, I think, is like, once you pop, you can't stop, right? And I actually think they do put cocaine in them or something, heroin or whatever it is. Because if you do start eating them, and if you're just watching a movie, which is how they sort of market this, is you sit there and watch a movie. Your arm is arm deep in the tube and you're reaching down for the last.
To tip it up to get them out.
And tipping that tube directly into your mouth. And then at that point, you just take a look at your life.
Yeah. I think if somebody actually looked at the overall fat and calorie content of an entire tube of Pringles, they would not take one to the sofa.
No. But
at some point, I don't even know how long Pringles have been around, because they certainly weren't a feature when we were youths, were they?
I remember being like, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10, something like that. And my parents going to Waitrose, and they got a tube like this, and it was paprika crisps exactly like this, but they weren't called Pringles then. They were called Chips Letten.
Ooh.
They were like some sort of, I don't know, it was like German or something like that, something weird like that. Chips Letten, but they were exactly the same in the tube, covered in paprika. And I think,
do you think they became Pringles, or do you think Pringles just ripped them off?
I'm not sure.
Their little face, the little character, I don't know if it's still on there. It does look a bit Germanic.
Maybe we need to do some research. Does anyone know? Is it the same product, or were Chips Letten just ripped off and taken over by Pringles? And why Pringles? Who's Pringles? Is that fella called Mr. Pringle?
It could be. He doesn't look like a mister. He looks more like, I don't know.
Professor.
A professor, or he could be quite high up in the SS during World War II.
It's the moustache, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the moustache. He does look a bit Kurt Wilhelm. No, who's the guy who got shot? Was it Franz Ferdinand?
One of those, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of World War One type persons.
We need more information on this, clearly, but
yeah. What we don't need to do is display our complete lack of knowledge of history.
Well, there's that.
Which I think we're doing very well.
History is absolutely not my strong point. It's more,
I'd say modern history, maybe, on the nostalgia.
Yes.
It's that old thing, isn't it? That old trope is you can remember the every word of a particular song from your teenage years.
Yeah.
But you can't remember an item you need to buy from the supermarket that you thought about an hour ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because that doesn't matter, is it? But the song lyrics, they're yeah. Anyway, right. So these Pringles, though, are covered in chocolate. So there's two types, milk chocolate and white chocolate. And it proudly states artificially flavored.
I saw that. I thought, well, that's a weird take, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would you put that
I think they
on
have
the main
to.
label artificially? I suppose maybe they had to for some sort of because it's a bit like wagon wheels. They're not allowed. They had to call it the chocolate flavored coating rather than actual chocolate.
Yeah. And you have to wonder what happened. Why can't you just make it out of chocolate? Like, seriously.
I think Cadbury's did do something, didn't they? Didn't Cadbury's have a product that was similar to a Pringle, but it was actual chocolate?
Oh, yes.
God knows what they're called. Again, this is something we could and probably should have researched beforehand.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I vaguely remember those, but maybe a short-lived product.
We've fallen into a sort of Pringle rabbit hole, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But anyway, is this a Pringle that's dipped in chocolate, or is it just
dusted with the stuff they put on Pringles? That's it, I guess. Because none of them are. It's not also. I don't think that they're actually cooked in. I think they're sprinkled with something that gives them the flavour.
Right.
That's possibly why they taste so dry. Actually, I can feel my mouth drying out while we're talking about them. So I suspect that it was just sprinkled with milk chocolate. Artificial chocolate, but white chocolate as well. I mean, white chocolate should not be allowed to be called white chocolate.
Yeah,
it should be called something else.
Some sweet crap or whatever, yeah.
Because it has it's not quite the same consistency for starters, is it?
No, and it's much sweeter, I feel.
Yeah. Do you remember the Milky Bar? I think that was the first exposure that most of us had to white chocolate back in the day, because it wasn't really a thing.
Oh, the Milky Bar Kid.
Yeah.
To
my limited memory, I think that was realistic. There wasn't a lot. I think that was the only white chocolate bar back then.
Oh, don't know. Maybe.
I'm struggling to think of anything else. Now, white chocolates are everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, there's always
it's like the pumpkin spice of chocolates.
Yeah. You can
that
even get
salted caramel and oof.
You can get white chocolate Maltesers as well, little snowballs.
Let's not go down that bloody...
we have to stop talking about fucking Maltesers, right? Okay.
They haven't sent us any either, have they? We haven't had anyone get in touch from whoever makes Maltesers offering us a...
Nestle.
Is it Nestle or Nestle?
Well, I would say Nestle, but I know that's probably wrong.
Because there's an accent over the E, isn't there?
Maybe, yeah.
Bloody foreigners with their accents. Probably don't. Not a good idea to go that way.
There is an accent over the E in the official thing, but that sometimes, is removed in web and email.
Yeah, because who's got time to try and find that on their keyboard?
I have no idea where that is, yeah. You ever watched
something else that's just crossed my mind, and I don't. The listeners are not going to get this, but all of the gear that we use is by a manufacturer called Rode, which is RODE, but they don't use. They use is it an ohm sign or something for the ohm?
It's not an ohm, no, but I don't know exactly what it is. It's got a slash through it. I had to
running at sort of 15 degrees or something.
Something like that.
It runs diagonally, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes. From left bottom up to right top. But I had to map a special keyboard command so I can type that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I don't know where it is on the standard keyboard. It's probably there somewhere if you click that, type shift, option, command, whatever, control, I don't know. But yeah, I just made my own keyboard shortcut for typing.
Do you think the people at Rode kind of wish they hadn't bothered with that? Because every correspondence now, they must have to use that when they
probably have it on a special key or something. Yeah.
It's like people who choose to have a ridiculously long domain name for their business.
Oh yeah.
How they must regret calling themselves, Dave's Barbershop at Guildford.com or something.
Yeah. Or worse, when you set up your Gmail address when you're 14 and it's Chaos Killer 28 or something.
Yeah.
And then you use that on your CV.
There was a famous one from The Simpsons, which I can't quite remember. I think it was Homer Simpson's email address was something like chunkylover74 at Hotmail.
There you go. Yes. I'm surprised that The Simpsons is still running, by the way. I think that should have stopped about 20 years ago.
Well, you would imagine at some point one of the cast members is going to, shuffle off, and at that point, then
they'll have to, yeah.
Yeah, it does seem a bit.
It's a bit.
I haven't watched it in years.
No, it's a bit. It just seems like it's a bit drawn out now, isn't it? A bit desperate.
Just let it go.
Yeah, if we're still doing this podcast in 2063 or something, right?
Oh, good grief!
If we're it's time to let it go. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Particularly if we're still getting the same numbers.
Yeah. buymeacoffee.com/middle-aged. Anyway, So moving on then. This is from Jules on X relating to episode 39, if I recall
correctly. Lady Rage, yeah. Lady
Rage. And so this is a classic, I think, example of why Jules was angry. So this is a review on Amazon, I guess.
Yeah, it looks it.
And it says, do not buy this fabulous rice cooker as a Christmas present. And he goes on, I won't read the whole thing, but he goes on to describe how wonderful the rice cooker is. It makes perfect rice. It's great. but also for the love of God and all that's holy, it is not a Crimbo Prezi. So I imagine that Mike was he was a bloke and he thought, well, my wife likes to cook rice. So, why don't
Likes is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence.
Yeah, exactly. He put this under the tree, a nice big box, and his wife is all excited. And it's Christmas morning, they open their prezzies, and I just feel like she said, "What the fuck is this, Mike? What the fuck?" and yeah, he was sleeping on the couch that night.
I think principally, and I did raise this point with Jules on Facebook, on X, is I thought the concept was correct. It was just the execution. It really, I mean, if it had gone for a Ninja 15-in-1 multi-cooker or whatever it is, something that's got a bit of swagger to it. But I think it was just such a basic thing, the rice cooker, isn't it? I mean, it's just dull.
I suppose, but if you make a lot of rice, it's handy.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it depends on who's on cooking duties in the kitchen, right?
I'm guessing it's not
as opposed to the bathroom. I don't know where else people cook. But if you're the one that does all the cooking, then anything that makes your life easier is it's saving you time that you could then spend on, I don't know, doing laundry or something.
Oh dear.
My point being is that anything that saves you time is it's a good thing. That's a thoughtful present. I'm giving you time, which is,
Yeah. You think that?
So that's the way to look at it, I think.
Exactly. Well, 2,007 people found this review helpful.
Well, that speaks volumes.
Yeah. So they were all...
Or maybe, we don't know what Jules' husband's name is. Maybe it's Mike.
Ah, there you go. Right. So we know, no, don't get rice cookers for your missus or your significant other.
Yeah. But equally, do not buy cordless screwdrivers for men.
Yeah, because you just get that yourself. If you need it, you go and get it, right? Because
do you know what I find inevitably when people buy gifts for men and they are supposedly of a practical nature, they're always sub what you would have bought yourself.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I might need an electric screwdriver.
Yeah.
But I would research and find one that I want that works for me. If somebody else is buying it, they'll end up inevitably buying some Chinese shit off Amazon.
Temu or something, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's, you feel obligated to use it. And you're like, I'm now stuck with this thing that doesn't work. If I was buying it, it's not to say that the product itself isn't useful, but it's just not very good.
Yes. And to be honest, the research is the fun part.
Yeah, true. I'm currently looking to swap out my... So I've got one of these health watches. What do you call them?
Oh, yeah.
Fitness tracker type things, and I've spent too much time researching, way too much, because I do not want to be charging my watch every fucking day.
Right.
Unlike some people.
Well, I do mine every couple of days, I think.
Yeah, that's too much.
Fair enough.
I can't be asked with that. And particularly as it means if I go away for any period of time, I've got to take another cable with me, and I can't, I can't be asked with that. It's just one more thing to forget.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I mean, again...
You're right on the research. It's
that's the fun.
Something cathartic about it.
Yeah, watching dozens of YouTube reviews of people unboxing things, and, there's something...
I mean, I wouldn't spend too long on something like, say, a shoehorn.
No.
But
something interesting though, like your fitness tracker or audio equipment, for example, which is fine, or cameras or lenses, or all that fun stuff, or even a Thunderbolt 5 interface hub, which for your Mac.
Wow. I can hear people now literally tapping across the land, people tapping the end podcast button. There is such a thing.
Well, look, I'm a nerd, and that's how it goes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to kick this on to the next subject,
Okay.
so you don't get pulled into your sort of nerdosphere.
Right. Okay.
And this brings us back to the little chef
Yes,
and
the little chef.
Chris on Facebook. This refers to episode 40. Did we say thank you to or hello to all the new peoples?
Oh no, we forgot to do that. Yeah. So
When you say we,
well, yeah, we skipped over that line for some reason.
Adam's in charge of this episode, by the way, folks. So
I'm sure.
send all your complaints to adam@middlerage.uk.
I'm sure
that email address doesn't exist, but you'll feel better.
Oh, there it is.
Just have a little rant.
Okay, I've got Google Docs blindness. Right.
Okay.
So yes. So thank you to Jason for being our guest last episode. Jason Ayres, he's a time travel author, and you can check out his books on, I think it's Jason Ayres something. .co.uk maybe, or just
I think
Google
I think it might be jasonayres.com. Just Google him, you'll find him.
So that was a great episode. I thought it was hilarious, even though I wasn't on it. And so I think we might have picked up some new listeners because of Jason's appearance. So if you are a Jason Ayres fan and you're just discovering Middle-Aged, hello and welcome, and hope you pull up an Olympic breakfast and a bottomless coffee, and obviously, get ready to rage.
Yeah. Well, Chris goes on. Firstly, I mean, he says he loves the trolley licensing idea, which was one of Jason's bills in that episode.
I'm very much
also
on board
extending
with
it to airport trolleys, which is equally valid.
And those are much harder to steer as well.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely need the advanced test for those ones. Just quickly, I once, and this is about 18 months ago, I had to get a trolley or cart as they're called, in Chicago airport, right? And I only needed it for, I suppose, about 45 minutes. And you know, in most airports I've been to before, you just grab a trolley, right? And you work away and live your life. This one required payment. What? Yeah. You had not just like, in Tesco's where you have to put £1 in the thing. This was like, a swipe card situation. You had to pay. Do you want to have a guess how much it is to use an airport trolley in the airport? It's Chicago.
This is at O'Hare, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go $5.
Nearly. It was $7.
That is outrageous. Now, I don't think it's worth $5, but I think, it's an airport. And the minute airports work on their own economy.
Yeah, they're not connected to real life, yeah.
No, completely.
But so Chicago airport is massive. You have to get on a little train to go to the car rental. But also just to traverse the airport, it's miles and miles and miles, right? And when you've got bags and kids and whatever, you have to get a trolley because there's so to charge $7 to borrow this fucking trolley, which inevitably goes in the direction you don't want to push. And isn't maintained or whatever. $7, and then
is this the thing? I've never. You would have thought Heathrow would be on this. I mean, they literally charge you £7 to drop someone off outside the building.
They do, yeah.
So I'd be very surprised if I don't use them because I travel alone.
Yeah.
I mean, the thought of traveling with kids is just too horrendous to even consider, and I don't have any kids that are kids anymore.
Right.
But I would be surprised if Heathrow haven't done this, but I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
think
somebody could.
I haven't got a trolley in Heathrow either, but yeah, I mean, if there's a way to rip you off, they're going to find it, aren't they? I mean, it won't be long before you need. The whole airport is a vacuum, and you need to rent an oxygen tank or something.
Or they just literally there's somebody at the entrance with some sort of Hoover device and just sucks every penny, cent, dime, pound, anything from you. It's just I think if they could get away with it, and actually they do this at some train stations, so I'm surprised that they haven't tried it, is to charge you to go to the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is the worst
Yeah. That's disgusting,
crime, charging people who need to go to the bar. No one's doing that out,
right.
Got 10 minutes to kill. I think I'll go and take a shit. If you need to go, you need to go, right?
Yeah, and we're all humans. This is, it's like having water. Water is at least free in most places, right? You can go and get, I think every restaurant is obliged to give you water for free and things like the pubs and whatnot. And, they have those water fountains and things. Imagine, it's a fundamental need, like having oxygen and water and being able to shit and piss. Like, I can imagine somebody not having the 20 pence or whatever it is.
Well, this is the thing, is it? Who's carrying around
Cash,
a 20 pence? I think it's 50p, the last one I saw, which was unsurprisingly in London. And it was 50p.
God.
And again, no one's got money on them.
No cash. So, and of course, they probably don't have a swipey thing. Oh, wow.
I will jump the barrier. I mean, they're not particularly hard to get past these things, are they? So I will always just climb over, just as a point of principle.
I just think that somebody who's drunk and needs a piss and can't find a penny or whatever, spend a penny, isn't it? That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
But they're just going to piss on the trains tracks or somewhere around the station, aren't they? They're not going to. It's just going to happen.
You've got to go. You can't just, I'll save it till I get home.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. Yeah. I think it's a fundamental need that toilets should be.
It should be a human right. If you provide toilets at fair enough, restaurants and bars, they've got to pay for all that stuff. But if you're operating a train station or an airport, that should be
just part of what you provide. I mean, what else is there? There's nothing interesting there. You're only there because you're using their bloody service for which they are charging you. So, yeah. Imagine what would happen if they did charge. I mean, you would literally have people defecating in the arrivals hall. Yeah, they would, yeah. Well, that's something we can look forward to.
Oh, God.
Anywho,
So, back to Chris's. Oh, we've gone off again. Now, this is how we ended up back on. So the most iconic little chef must be the one on the A1 at Markham Moor.
Okay.
Was obviously, and apparently we should have got a picture of this, but we'll have to do some Googling afterwards. Because as a futuristic concrete hyperbolic paraboloid, is it paraboloid roof design?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I need to see that.
But that's no longer a little Oh, okay. I think I kind of know that what do you remember the Pizza Hut restaurants, particularly in America, all had a very similar design. I think maybe the Little Chef had a very distinctive design, didn't they?
Well, the one I worked in was sort of just like a little house with a sort of reddish roof, I think it had. It wasn't anything particularly special, but
they were distinctive because a lot of them are now like Starbucks and Costas, and they've obviously maintained the building, and you can kind of see them.
Yeah. It looks like it was a Little Chef. Yeah, I think my one turned into a sport, or not a sport, like a camping shop or something like that. This was in Hertfordshire, in a place called Bourne End, and it was just around the area where the M25 was being built, because that's when it was. It was there wasn't M25 there at that stage, I think. And obviously, once there was, and then there was a bypass around the town. Nobody ever drove down the A41 anymore. Right? So the chef closed, but then turned into a camping store, and then I think it's completely gone now, as in bulldozed and turned into whatever, probably houses. Well,
Chris sent us a picture, which is a picture of the legendary Olympic breakfast referenced by Jason in episode 40. And I don't know when this promotional poster was created, but the Olympic breakfast was $3.99.
Wow. And you got a lot for that, right?
You got 2 eggs, 2 bits of toast, 1 sausage, beans, tomato, mushroom, a couple of slices of bacon.
is an Olympic, isn't it? It's an Olympic feat just to get through it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if you'll get a gold medal.
No,
just
you get a bit of
heart disease.
Yeah.
Hardening of the arteries.
Great British tradition. Well, this one was open 24 hours. Thank God my little chef wasn't open 24 hours because it was bad enough. I think I finished up about 10 p.m. and then had to. I had a motorbike at that point, and I'd have to go like half an hour ride home. So yeah, I was knackered at the end of that. But it's a hard job being a little chef. I was the chef, so I was
Little Chef.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this being labelled as a traditional British breakfast because it's got a fucking hash brown on the plate.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Hidden, I noticed, almost like they're ashamed of it. They've kind of partially hidden it under a slice of toast with good reason. It should not be there.
Yeah.
And where's the black pudding?
I don't think we did black pudding, if I recall.
Well, my case rests then, I think, because if you swapped out black pudding, whether you like it or hate it, it should be there.
Yeah. If you're going to have a big fry, then that's part of it, isn't it? Yeah. I don't actually like it at all.
No, I can't say I'm a huge fan, but and it's an acquired taste, right?
Yeah. Not the best.
But a bonus to little chef on their additions. What have we got here?
Yeah, bottomless coffee for 49p. I mean, wow. You can't beat that, can you?
I mean, you could sit there all day, couldn't you?
Yeah,
there must have a rule on this, surely. There must be nothing, because it's like these all-you-can-eat buffets. There must be some rule on that.
Well, probably, right? But here's the thing. I was 15, 16 when I worked in the Little Chef. Do you think I'd give a single fuck about if somebody wants to sit there all day? Like the people running it, right? Unless the manager comes around and notices that you've been there for 7 hours drinking free coffee effectively, nobody else gives a shit, right? It's like if you steal stuff out of Tesco, who's going to care? They're just, unless they...
Yeah, they're not going to risk a punch in the face to
exactly.
somebody stealing a tin of Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing was this was pre-internet, wasn't it? So what the hell are you going to do in that Little Chef for any period of time?
Yeah, I suppose you could just read the paper or whatever. But yeah, I mean, they're all on the road. This is the thing about it that Jason was saying, is that it's a sort of salesman type deal. So
yeah,
so it's not really near anything, and there wasn't like, I don't know, shopping malls or stuff like back those days. It was a weird.
There was a petrol station.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
and that was about your lot, I think.
Yeah. So
times.
Orange juice 25p.
And that's a bargain.
Extra toast 15p. Well, not bad.
I don't know if you're going for the Olympic breakfast whether you need more
probably
toast.
Not. Probably not.
I'm going to guess you probably don't. And it doesn't look like good quality bread, does it? It looks like that.
Oh, it's white.
What was that shit bread that everyone ate in the 70s and 80s? Was it Mother's Pride or something?
Oh, yeah.
If ever a bread was more inappropriately named, it's got to be Mother's Pride, because I cannot believe any mother would have any pride if she baked that. I would feel ashamed. It should have been called Mother's Shame. It was awful stuff.
I can't remember.
It would taste stale within a day of opening the bag. It was tasteless and chewy and just shit.
Not good. Yeah, no.
If Mother's Pride is still in operation, please don't sue us.
Yeah.
Well, you can. We've got nothing, so go for it.
Yeah.
We could do it with a PR, to be honest.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, anyway, Little Chef, it's a great historical thing, and if Jason has his way, they'll be brought back, and then we can.
So if you haven't listened to episode 40, now's your chance.
Yeah, indeed. Go read.
Although we've just put some spoilers in.
Spoiled it, yeah, but well.
Never mind.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on then. to the review section, and there's no new reviews.
News on reviews is there's no news.
Yeah, and I don't believe we've even had any recommendations on Facebook either, right? So if you want to remedy this poor situation, you can go to, I guess, Apple Podcasts and leave a review if you use that platform, or if you don't, then you can recommend the podcast, which is just Middle Raged, on Facebook, and I guess then your, I don't know, friends or whatever it is will then know that you recommend this pod.
Yeah.
And then you can either be shameful about that or proud.
Do you know what people could do? I mean, if they want to be more inventive, because I think we keep banging this same drum. If you want to walk up and down your high street with a megaphone,
yeah.
If that's your thing,
Well,
or a sandwich board.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever happened to the sandwich board? That used to be a thing, didn't it? You'd always have some random dude in a town centre on a Saturday walking around with a sandwich board saying the end is nigh.
Yeah, yeah. I think maybe they just figured out that the end isn't nigh. And
or maybe the end is a process and it's like, well, okay.
Yeah. Hasn't happened yet. But yeah, no, well, or you know those political cars that drive around blaring out propaganda.
So it was the local council elections, wasn't it? And that type of stuff. With a I've got to be careful here because I know that we have pedants who listen. It's a public address system rather than a tannoy.
Okay, right. Well, they could basically just play the podcast on those.
Yes.
And drive around the town.
Is CB radio still a thing? Do people still use CB radio?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Well, if you've got one, go to channel. I think it was channel 14, wasn't it? Was the main 1-4 for a copy and all that?
I never had. I think we talked about this, didn't we? But on retro lists.
Yes.
Because I never had one. I had a friend who had one, but this is going back a long time.
Well, this was like the precursor to sort of chat rooms, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe truckers still use it.
Weird. Now, I understood the premise of it, right? Because it was originally designed for, I think it obviously came over from the States, and where it was used by truckers to warn of, speed traps and traffic. It was like an early Google Maps, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I kind of got that. But then when it started to sort of permeate the UK culture, it's very, very different. And it became, I don't know how the fuck we've got onto this, but so I won't spend too long in this on this subject. But it was a lot of people my age, with sort of teenagers using it to try and hook up.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, because if there's any platform where you can potentially meet women or girls or whatever, or whoever you're interested in, then it's going to be exploited, right? I mean, you could be in the crematorium waiting room.
and what's waiting to be cremated, or
I suppose
waiting for your box.
Yeah, and that would be a suitable hookup zone. I think that's just everywhere and every possible situation.
But the difference with the CB radio is you're doing it firstly with somebody you've got no idea what they look like, and somebody could say they're any age, whatever. And secondly, everyone can listen.
That's true, isn't it? Yeah, dirty bastards are all.
I mean, you're not getting sexy over the airways, right? Because it would be like a telephone call in this. I mean, God, that sounds antiquated, wouldn't it? But like a WhatsApp call, for example, that everyone can listen to in real time.
It's like audio dogging.
Oh, God, now there's a thing. Oh, I wonder if... No, actually, let's not go down that route.
Okay.
Good God.
Audio dogging.
But the beauty of it is there was no record of it.
That's true. Yeah.
And there was a degree of anonymity because everyone had a handle. Nobody was going on with their real name, were they?
Yes, yeah.
So, there was that element to it that, unless somebody was recording it on their cassette deck.
Yeah, there could be, I suppose, but... Yeah, It wouldn't. It probably wasn't, and it was local, wasn't it? It wasn't like it spanned the whole of the UK.
Oh yeah, your aerial up in your loft would maybe get you 5-6 miles,
right? So yeah, So
anything more than that, and you're just listening to static,
yeah.
which we know a lot about due to
do.
our recent technical issues, which we will not keep banging on about. But
okay. All right. Well, as we've gone a bit long on the intro, I suppose we should talk about the real thing then. So, moving on to this week's Rage Point. So, this episode, we are enraged about words that millennials or Gen Z, is it Z or Z?
Gen Z, I think is Z's American.
Yeah, I'm confused. Have ruined, or the devolution of language. Right. So language is, as an author, I suppose, I'm sort of fascinated by how etymology and things like that, and how words come to be, mean what they mean, right? And a lot of times it's like, oh, that's the Latin or whatever. For some reason, that Latin people, Romans, they have a lot to answer for, don't they? But them and the Greeks and all these early peoples, I suppose, who sort of shaped the way we talk. And anyway, so language constantly evolves, and that's sort of natural and fine. But once you get to our age, I think it's like that Douglas Adams thing. It's like something like anything that happens, any technology, any gadget that's invented like before your 30s or something is exciting and interesting, and that's your sort of, you grew up with it, and that's what you're into. After that, then it becomes, oppressive, and it's people trying to kill you and whatever, right? So language, I feel, is similar, right? So at this stage of our life, I think that introducing new words and new meanings for words maybe is what we're angry about, especially me anyway. But,
I think the devolution of it is the bit that really is, because it kind of, we allow words to be used in the wrong context.
That's exactly it. Yes.
Yeah, the people are using them as superlatives or whatever, and I think that's the bit that. And actually, I think the first ones that we're going to talk about, which is a good jumping off point. That's a wanky phrase, isn't it? Jumping off point.
We should circle back to that.
Should we circle back? Okay. Well, should we just jump into this then?
Just jump.
I've done it again. Oh my God. Literally just jumped. I have not jumped. I'm sat in my chair. But it goes to show we're not immune to this ourselves, are we? And I think this is the problem, that we need to sort of, this is also going to be an episode of perhaps self-reflection, because I guarantee that some people are going to go back and they go, well, you guys say this a lot in previous episodes.
Probably, yeah. That's, if we do it, then it's okay. It's when young people do it, it's what we're pissed off.
Yes, I think that's the premise, and it's we're kind of stuck in our ways.
Yeah, exactly. It's very hard to teach an old dog new tricks, isn't it? So,
and yeah, we are both old and dogs.
There you go.
Again, not literally,
No.
Which we can say.
Well, literally old, I suppose, depending on your point of view.
Well, isn't that a thing, right? Because when you're a kid, you thought anyone that was like in their 30s was old. And then when you got to teenagers, anyone 40.
Yes.
I don't know what old is anymore.
No. Well, I mean, I reckon you can safely say if you're in your 80s, then you're old. And there's nobody who's 106 calling you a little kid, is there?
Well, you imagine if you're 106 and you've got an 82-year-old son, in your head.
Well, yeah, that's true.
They're kind of still young, right? Because generationally, they're below you, so that makes them younger.
That's true. Okay.
So I guess it's all about perspective.
Perspective, yeah. There you go. All right. Okay. So the first one's on here then.
Okay.
Love. So love is a strong word, a 4-letter word. But we all know what it means, right? You love your
Do we?
partner.
Do we?
Well, indeed. You love your kids, your dog, your cat, your partner, and fine. That's what it means. But now you love a TV show or a coffee brand or trainers. That isn't really love. I mean, like, it. So
Preference.
Yeah, you like it. Sure, you feel affiliated with it. It makes you feel happy, maybe, but it's not love, really. It's I don't know.
I think the word is right. So what we have, I like something, and then you need a stronger word. I really like something, but we've kind of forgot the word really and just said, "Oh, I love."
Yeah.
So we've kind of skipped from "I really like" a particular TV show or brand of trainers, whatever, to "I love that thing."
Yes,
and it is not love, is it?
Definitely not love. I mean, unless you're one of those people who marries anime character, which
I'd say that's obsession.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you don't love a brand of trainers for sure. I mean, God, what is it that you even love at that stage? A brand? It's just like
it's not a thing, is it?
No, because
and I guess how many songs, love songs, right? You think how many love songs have existed over history, right?
A lot.
How many of them have referenced a pair of trainers?
Exactly. Probably very few, if any, or coffee or TV shows or anything. Yeah, they love other people in some sense or another. So
what we're saying is it should be limited. Love should only be used when you're referencing people.
I think so. And people who you do genuinely love, not just tolerate.
Yes. So I think what this boils down to is I think most of the people who listen to this are probably parents. And I think if you love your kids, and I'm guessing most people do as a rule, you might have one who's a little shit, but you probably still love them.
Yeah.
Every time you say you love, I don't know, buttered crumpets or the latest version of iOS, essentially what you're doing is you're undermining that feeling towards your children.
Exactly. Because if you love the buttered crumpets, well, what do you do to your kids then? There's no stronger word, right? So,
correct.
So yeah. So if you're equally saying that the crumpets and the kids have equal status in your heart, which is ridiculous, obviously, right? So
would you give up your life for a buttered crumpet?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, if there were no
jam on it.
If you went to the supermarket and there were no crumpets, buttered or otherwise, right?
Would you be heartbroken?
Would you cry?
Yeah.
I mean, would you just lock yourself up in your room for weeks on end, listening to breakup songs and
Smiths?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no crumpets. Yeah.
But you wouldn't, would you? That would be insane.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
you can't say you love buttered crumpets. You might like. I do. I am rather partial to a buttered crumpet. Yeah. I'm very fond of a buttered crumpet, but I don't love them.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And then conversely, I think hate is now equally kind of devalued. It's just like hate is also a strong word. People who commit hate crimes are not nice people, right? That sort of.
Well, I think this is the problem. That word has been devalued even in a legal sense now. We in the UK, we have, I think it's called hate crime legislation. And that can mean.
I mean like wartime Nazi type.
Oh, actual, yeah.
Yeah,
You're talking about like genocides.
Yeah, not like Facebook memes.
Well, that's the problem. It's become devalued.
Yeah.
When you talk about hate, for example, I mean, just to use the most obvious trope is, Hitler hating Jewish people.
Right.
That's pretty hardcore, I think. I think we can all agree that is the barometer for hate.
Yes, exactly. But I hate Mondays.
Well, you can't hate a day of the week, right? I mean, you just can't.
And the Mondays thing is, it's not the Monday's fault, right? It's that you had a break and you're back at work and you hate work.
You hate your job, maybe,
exactly.
or your lifestyle.
Yeah. Because retired people don't know what fucking day it is, do they? It doesn't matter.
Well, or even self-employed people, as I am, and you partially are.
Yeah.
Days of the week become meaningless.
Exactly. I work 7 days a week, so
I don't get. I kind of, one thing that does get under my skin is this sort of euphoria that people have on Fridays. People who have paid jobs. Particularly the sort of 9-to-5ers who finish, Friday afternoon, they're all full of, bonhomie about what their weekend plans or going for drinks or going out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Friday feeling is a thing, and I probably felt it at some point, but now it's meaningless. And that Friday buzz has no more meaning to me than the I hate Mondays thing.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah, no, exactly. There's in my day job, there's a lot of it's Friday, brilliant. I mean, well, it just means I'm going to move to a different desk and do different work. That's what happens.
I think that kind of comes to the crux of this, is that if everything is loved or hated, then nothing is, right?
Exactly. It's become too common, right? You should reserve strong words like love and hate for real strong emotions, and not just throw them around when you're mildly inconvenienced, right? Yeah. And yes, exactly. So making things meaningless is what we're trying to avoid here, right? So keep it real, I think.
Yeah, we're going to have to check ourselves now, because I've got a feeling that in 4 episodes' time...
Oh, undoubtedly we'll use these things, right? And that, and I suppose this is just a lesson for us all, is that, a small idea can change the world. And this is kind of what we're doing, right? If you don't think about it, you probably do use these words in the wrong sense, but maybe now people will think about it.
I guess also, if you're the object of someone saying that they love you, but they also say it about buttered crumpets or, a fucking cinnamon spice latte or whatever, they're saying my feelings for you are equal to that of a coffee.
Pumpkin spice, yeah.
Yeah. And that kind of feels a bit undermining, right? Yeah. So I think from that perspective, maybe we should all just take a look at ourselves. We're all sounding a bit biased this morning, this afternoon. But we do, and we are all devaluing those words by using them, A, out of context, and B, just we so liberally for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to become more conscious of this now. That's our New Year's resolution.
Right. Even though okay.
We don't believe in them, or we'll ever stick to them.
No, definitely not. All right. Well, so we've got quite a few others, right? And I feel maybe we should just run through these fairly quickly, because we're running long, right? So the first one on the list, we've already mentioned it. Literally is meaning, the real meaning. This is factually true, but now it's just thrown away constantly. I especially on social media, I literally died, people will say. No, they didn't. You really didn't, because if you did, you wouldn't be posting on Facebook.
Yeah, I've got to go. This one is you, and I do try and keep. This is something as authors, because you know that the pedants are out there. If you use this in one of your books,
yes,
a character says it, you'll be pulled up, right? Well, so I this is something I'm conscious of, and I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like there's a space in characters' dialogues where you can use things incorrectly because it's how that person is speaking. You know,
Yeah, they might be a bit thick.
Yeah.
Or from Swindon.
Oh dear. Exactly. And so yeah. But if you use it in the narrative, then yeah, that's bad. But yeah, I mean, literally is a prime example of people just taking a word and just using it everywhere for no reason. So yeah, watch out for that one.
Okay.
Then we got
what?
Go on.
This is where our lack of planning is coming into the fore, right?
Yeah,
so
okay.
Yeah. So I should probably do. Shall I do low key?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Low key. Actually, do you know what? This is the one that I was a bit unsure of because you referenced this, didn't you? You said it had some sort of other meaning. Was it photography, I think you said?
Exactly. It's a photography term. I used to be into, well, I sort of still am into photography stuff. And low key is a style of photography. It's like a black and white, moody, dark, very, very dark kind of deliberately, right? Muted, understated image. You know, so you deliberately set up this scene that's sort of, you know, like a forest in the dark or something like that. It's just all very dark, and that's what low-key is. But and this is what sparked this whole thing in my head. As I keep seeing people on socials saying, "Oh, I'm low-key obsessed," and low-key.
Do you realise I've used that word in emails between us? And all the time, Adam didn't say anything. He never said it. He never said a word. He never come back and said, "Don't use that word."
Well,
he let me continue using it in the wrong context.
But think back 10 years, you would never have said low-key, would you?
I think now I know the etymology of it, I will be more conscious. But I genuinely, and this is the thing about language, you learn, don't you? Because we just pick these words up and we assume a meaning or a definition and we just run with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've only got to listen to somebody being interviewed on television or whatever, right? You know, when they do these vox pops, or even they interview a politician or a football player or anyone, and they'll use a word in the wrong context. So I think we're all guilty of this to a degree.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But just to use another term that's commonly thrown out is educate yourself.
Oh God.
Fucking hate that. Sorry.
I prefer the term, and I think it's autodidact. Is that it? Autodidact. It means somebody who teaches themselves, I think.
Okay. I did not know that one.
Anyway.
It's not going to stay long in the memory, I've got to be honest.
I know. It's a hard one to remember, that one. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so low key, I don't know who started using it in the common modern sense where people just throw it out there.
Can I offer some pushback on this one?
Okay.
So low key, have you ever had a low key headache?
Well,
by that I mean it's a headache that's kind of there, but it's not enough that you're going to bother reaching for the ibuprofen, right?
Oh, yeah, I have those every day. Yeah.
And I think low key kind of just does a job there, right? It describes it well,
I suppose. But okay, well that's okay. But using it as like I'm low key obsessed with this band, what does that mean? You can't be low key obsessed because that's kind of. That's the oxymoron, right? It's just, and it's this sort of, I think, I tell you what as well, and apologies to our American listeners, but I feel like this is a Americanism that's trying to come over the pond and settle here and, you know, move to Swindon.
Do you think there should be rules, right? We should, because it's the English language. I think there should be a rule that Americans, Canadians, Australians have to send their new words to us for approval.
For approval, yes.
And then we have a common.
It's like immigration.
We do have a common language then.
Exactly. Well, sidewalk and whatever. But yeah, Yeah. It feels quite a few of these. I feel like this is the sort of Californication of English. So the next one, for example, scene.
Scene.
I mean, this really pisses me off for some reason. But people saying "I feel seen." Seen is a perfectly good word. You know,
do you think acknowledge? I mean, this is another example that works in as much as essentially what people are doing. There is a better word, a more appropriate, accurate word, like I feel acknowledged.
Yeah, or understood or something like that. Yeah.
There are words that exist already that fit that particular context that you're trying to get across.
Exactly.
You don't need to bastardize another word.
Yeah. And you know, it's... Yeah, exactly. That so, and I feel like this goes back to my underlying premise here is that I feel like the young folk, the millennials, the Gen Z people, do go on and on and on about how inclusive they are, right? In their culture at the moment, right? They love to be to publicly acknowledge how virtuous they are, and yet they go and change the language to deliberately exclude anybody over 40.
Well, do you know what? This is the irony of that word inclusive in this day and age, and without sort of getting into the weeds of, you know, culture wars and all that, because that's not our bag. But it's essentially I think society has never been more tribal. And what people say when something is inclusive is, if you are not part of our tribe, then
exactly
you are being exclusive. And I don't understand anymore it's almost as if you have to have your views are decided for you if you are part of a particular tribe of being inclusive.
Yeah.
Humans by nature are not inclusive, right?
No, that I mean, you go back, you know, 100,000 years and stuff, and there's everyone's at war with the other tribe, right?
We still are.
Still are, yeah.
I mean, how inclusive are the Russians being at the moment?
Not very.
It's just ridiculous because no one is. It's, for example, if you took this to a micro level, right? Micro level, where you're looking at your own life.
Yeah.
Right. You have preferences, and they could be subconscious preferences for whatever it may be. Okay. And therefore, you are, by definition, excluding other things. Yes. It may be that you don't like a particular style of music.
Yes. Pop, for example, yeah.
That's a preference, and we all have them.
Yeah,
and you may say, I detest jazz.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Exactly, that's it, right? So you shouldn't have to be at war because of your preferences. Mm-hmm. I feel that's a very immature stance, isn't it? It's like, to be honest, this is why I don't understand any sport, right? Because the sport, I feel like, is the modern embodiment of this tribal stuff, right? My local sport team is better than your local sport team for reasons of, well, I happen to live here and you don't. That's as far as I can tell.
Succinctly put. And when you put it like that, actually, and talking as somebody who, you know, is fairly into football, that kind of is a little jarring because when you put it so coldly, it is a bit ridiculous.
I mean, can't we just, you know...
Don't go all John Lennon on me.
Okay. Imagine all the people.
Now we're definitely going to get sued for using that lyric.
Okay. Well, anyway, but yeah, it just, you know, everyone should
if everything
just
is inclusive, then nothing is inclusive, correct?
I suppose so, yeah. Yeah.
You can't include everything. I mean, that would be insane.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay to be yourself, I suppose, what we're saying.
Yeah.
Like what you like and get on with your life, and don't necessarily worry that somebody else doesn't like your iced coffee or whatever, right? Just,
Real.
Yeah. There you go. Swindon.
Well, everyone wants to be nice. And I think this is the problem, isn't it? You can't, listen, human beings are not by default nice. We are selfish. We are self-absorbed. We are overprotective of our own interests. Those are kind of hard baked into our DNA because that's how we've managed to survive for 300,000 years.
Yeah.
If they weren't there, then, we wouldn't exist. So we have to have these mechanisms and they're there and you can't switch them off. And you can't, I think the bit that annoys me is people pretend. And that's the bit that annoys me because they're lying.
Yes, very
They're lying
much so.
either to themselves, they're lying to us.
And it's so transparent as well, virtue signaling. It's just disgusting.
Well, you go onto X and you look at someone's, bio and you think that's the thing where you can see it at its most because they don't talk about themselves. They talk about their values because they want to be part of a particular tribe.
Right.
And they want to feel included in that particular tribe. So there's no mention. You're like, who are you as a human? Well, I don't know because all my thoughts and my entire identity is kind of pegged to this whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Because I'm inclusive.
Okay.
Okay. Inclusivity is not a substitute for an actual personality.
There
just
you go.
saying.
Very good.
There we go.
That should be that's on our t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right.
What we got next? So, iconic. Iconic. Cultural monument status. Time tested. So, what is iconic?
I mean, that would be like, I suppose, the pyramids of Egypt.
Or the ZX Spectrum.
Yeah, something like that.
Can we say that's iconic?
I mean, it is, I suppose. Or an icon, the Apple logo, right? Everyone knows what that is. Love it or hate it.
I knew you'd go for the Apple logo. I thought the ZX Spectrum was a much better example. But
well,
are you on a retainer?
I wish.
0.003 pence every time Adam mentions Apple.
I wish. No, but yeah, stuff like that is iconic. But something you liked on Instagram, is not iconic.
Yeah, or when it's referenced to actual people. I mean, Mother Teresa was kind of iconic, I guess.
Yeah, Prince, Michael Jackson,
Gandhi.
Yeah, there you go.
They all had films about them, I think, haven't they?
Probably. I suppose maybe that's your entry point, right? If you've got a film about you, what's his name? Freddie Mercury.
Iconic.
Yeah. So you need to get to that level, Freddie level, before you can be iconic. Iced coffee, right? Or then again, I suppose that Starbucks icon, the logo, whatever it is, the angel or something. Is it an angel?
I don't think that's iconic. I think that's just memorable, isn't it? It's just a brand. I don't think brands can brand. I think once brands pass down, once they sort of fall out of the zeitgeist, that's when they either just fall into obscurity or they become iconic. So, for example, the Toys R Us logo, right? I mean, that's sort of
the R backwards, is it?
Yeah, that's become iconic. But do you remember the logo for Radio Rentals?
No.
So one has fallen and faded into obscurity. The other one has kind of become iconic.
That's true. Very good. Okay. We're running out of time, so moving on.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah. Aesthetic. Oof. Now, aesthetic is a valid word. Totally valid. It's the philosophy of beauty. And now it's applied to everything. Just your phone screen layout of icons and the background wallpaper you use is apparently an aesthetic. It's not. It's not.
Do you think the barometer here would be something could be considered worthy of art?
Exactly.
So the way you lay out your icons, your apps on your homepage is not art.
I don't think so. I mean, you might spend hours doing it and with really long fingernails, and having to tap, tap, tap. And it's hard work to get them where you want them. And then, 5 seconds later, you accidentally tap and it's all gone to shit again, right? But that's not art, no matter how much you think it is, right? And it might look all nice and everything, but it's not art. Just how you laid out your stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stop saying yesterday. I think we have to finish on this one. And I like this one a lot because it's kind of ties into what we do and the fact that it's become so prevalent. You're going to finish strong, right? And that is the word triggered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which the originally meant a serious psychological response.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say you had a severe phobia of flying, right?
Right.
If you go to an airport, just go to the airport, you are going to get physical symptoms, right? Even if before you get on the plane, you're going to have heart palpitations, you're going to be sweating, you're going to feel nauseous and lightheaded, and that is triggered.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Where your body actually reacts to the fight or flight. There's that part of the brain I can never remember. Is it the amygdala?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Right, it's a part of your brain that I think they call it the monkey brain, don't they? Because it's kind of doesn't understand the difference between what you should fight and what you should fly from.
Yes. Exactly.
So it responds to it. It's the threat response. That's what it is.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't understand the difference. Like getting on an airplane, you're actually far less likely to be involved in an accident than you were if you drive to the supermarket.
Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't get the logic behind that. It's just it's so basic and simple. So then this is where we are now, where people are triggered by words, for example, in books.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. Especially that. To the point where where large publishers, let's say, are what do they call those?
Oh, the sensitivity
reader. Yeah. They have people who are, I suppose, easily triggered.
Well, the thing is, if everyone has, let's just take the word trigger. What they actually mean is something that makes me uncomfortable. Me personally. As the reader or digester of this content, this thing makes me uncomfortable. There is a huge difference between being a bit uncomfortable and actually having a full-scale,
yes, exactly.
Panic attack, for example.
And just to put this out there, I believe that some of the responsibility as an author is to make people a little bit uncomfortable sometimes.
Of course.
Otherwise you're just reading wallpaper.
This is one thing I think that we have a huge advantage over traditional published authors is that, and I've seen this firsthand where, people I know have got traditional publishing deals and their original manuscript has been
ripped
muted.
Apart.
It's gone from something that was spiky and raw.
Yeah.
And then it's been, because they don't want to, offend or upset. They tone it all down and it to the point where it becomes just beige. Yeah,
turn the beige up to 11. That's what it is, right? It's that's horrible. And what's the point then? The classics.
Well, I think it comes back to this, and again, this is something without sort of digging into the weeds of the cultural issues, is where people talk about their safety. Right.
Yeah,
and by that, they mean I don't want to feel being uncomfortable makes me feel unsafe, which is ridiculous. Unsafe is if you're actual, you're at risk of bodily harm.
Exactly. Or even mental harm. But reading a book about whatever is, that's not. Yeah. So
trigger warnings, and actually, I have used the trigger warning in a book.
Oh yeah.
But I did it in a kind of tongue-in-cheek way.
Yeah.
And actually, in some ways, I used it as a selling point for the book because I thought it was a clever way of.
Yes,
I thought it was clever. I mean, it may not be, maybe an idiotic, but at the time I thought it was. But of actually getting people to understand what the book was about, right?
Yeah. So,
people,
go on.
No, I'm done.
Neil Gaiman has an entire book called Trigger Warnings, where it's kind of like he's like taking this concept and just making that everything is a kind of risque or whatever in that book, right? I can't remember exactly. I read it years ago, but yeah. So, but to just go back a bit then, do you think that all of these common parlance phrases are a symbol of the just overwhelming sarcasm of everything? You know, like everything in modern culture, like the humor and everything is highly, and even this pod, right, is all about sarcasm. And therefore, and they sort of use these terms sarcastically, or what's the other thing they say?
Ironically?
Yes. Everything is done ironically. You know,
I'd like to think that were true, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
I think this is actually, it brings us full circle back to the original point. It is the devaluing of specific words.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they get picked up. And the other thing is that words have power, right? So if you say, I feel unsafe, for example, then that implies that you are actually at risk in some sort of serious way, rather than I don't like somebody's opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can't be made to feel unsafe by somebody else's opinion unless their opinion is, I think you're a twat and I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah,
but them just saying words on a social media site that's not harmful. It's not hateful. Well, it might be hateful depending on what they say, I suppose. But as a general rule, right? They are not triggering you. You are not having you're not having palpitations.
Exactly.
Just because somebody said that your football team is shit.
Yeah. Or if you are genuinely having those, then I suggest maybe some therapy might be appropriate.
Well, yeah, that could be the other thing, isn't it? I think we just, there is a generation of sensitivity. And actually, this is something I touched in my latest book, this sort of gulf between so you had the baby boomers who are parents, and then us who are Gen X, and then you've got the sort of millennials, Gen Z, who are our kids.
Right.
And trying to breach that divide where you had parents who were typically quite stoic because they were the sort of, they had the shadow of World War II and, rationing and real actual hardship and poverty. And, life was pretty crap. I think about my grandparents and they all lived, no one would live by the standards they lived today.
Yeah.
And you were sort of taught, just keep calm, carry on, stiff upper lip, all of these kind of phrases. And we've kind of carried some of that, but our kids have sort of been told, well, it's good to talk about your emotions and it's okay to cry. And, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And we're sort of caught in this middle, trying to navigate the generational, that generational divide.
Yes, exactly. And it's tough. It's, because, you want the best for your kids. You don't want them to suffer, but you want them to understand the value of everything.
Basically. Well, resilience, I think, is, I think that's a much underplayed facet of human nature that they're not, because we now have sports days at school where everyone gets a medal just for turning up. And no one feels the pain of losing.
Yeah.
And it's things like that. It's that resilience that you kind of, and I think people need resilience. And we've kind of toned that back dramatically over the last decade or two. So you end up and I hate that word snowflakes, right? Because I think it's demeaning and it's just ridiculous. But, your kids having their, some mental toughness is kind of, you need it in life. Because it doesn't matter what you do, you can't protect your kids from all of the ills of the world, can you? From having their heart broken, for example.
Which is inevitable, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to have to be able to deal with it. They're going to get, shit canned at work. They're going to have colleagues who are arseholes. I mean, these are all knowns.
For sure, yeah.
You are going to experience. And if you don't have the mental toolkit to deal with all that, you can't just go running off when your colleague, you can't just be saying, oh, my colleague triggered me because he said my work was shit. Or I used AI to generate a report.
Yeah,
you can't do that, right? So you need to be able to coping mechanisms, I suppose, right?
Yes.
And this is what we've replaced coping mechanisms with excuses.
Indeed.
You can now just say that triggers me. I feel unsafe,
and go home.
And therefore, you're the problem. I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, this goes back to my underlying premise is that you should take responsibility for your own actions. And that includes your feelings, I suppose. And
they're your feelings, aren't they?
Yeah.
How you feel that's on you.
Exactly. Nobody else has a responsibility to step on eggshells or whatever around anybody.
No one gives a fuck. Let's be frank.
Exactly. The fucks are hard to come by, So
if it's people you genuinely care about in your life, then you're going to care. But 90% of the interactions are with people that you could not give less of a shit about, really, because they're just incidentals in your life.
Yeah, that's not like being miserable or whatever. That's just how it is. You can't be friends with everybody on the planet, right?
Well, some people on Facebook try.
Yeah. Well, that's different round, isn't it? Like having 10,000 friends on Facebook. How many of them do you actually know? 7? Probably.
Well, I mean, the word friend, actually, that's a brilliant close there because what is a friend? And it is not somebody you used to work with 18 years ago for 6 months that you are still friends with now on Facebook, that you haven't seen, spoken to, communicated with in all those years.
Yeah.
They're not a friend.
No, exactly. Somebody, you met at a conference. And back in the day, everyone was like, oh, add me to your thing. And you did. And then you sometimes see that they're, I don't know, going to Spain on holiday and it just happens to be in your timeline and you think, oh, okay, great. But it's
a good test, right? I like this one a lot. Look at everyone you've got as a friend on Facebook and think, if I rung them up and said, do you want to go for a beer tomorrow evening?
Right.
How weird would that be? Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
If you think that would make you feel a bit icky, or they go, what the fuck? They are not your friend.
Yeah.
Unfollow, unfriend them.
That's a good barometer, isn't it? Yeah. The beer test. If you don't want to go to the pub with somebody, probably not your friend.
Yeah. Or you'd feel, really
very fucking weird about it. Yeah,
weird. Really. You can imagine. Somebody you worked with 20 years ago. You just called them out of the blue. Like, all right, Steve, do you fancy going out for a beer? They're like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think there's a Victor Meldrew episode like that where these people show up and they met them on holiday like 12 years ago.
Yes, yeah. Was it a throwaway all? Anytime you're passing by,
Yeah, and then 7 years later, they actually show up. How that would be awful, absolutely awful, and indeed it is. Yeah,
but would you let them in? No, I think.
I definitely wouldn't. I'd be hiding behind the couch. No, I don't. I don't let anybody.
So I think that's that. Friends, there we go. We've got a bit of homework for everyone. Go to your friends list and just ask yourself. Go through it. And just say, would I ring this person and say, do you want to go for a coffee or a beer tomorrow?
Yeah.
And if that makes you shudder, if that makes your toes curl, not literally.
Or even like, I'm moving house next week. Would you like to come and help me move furniture? I think that is the true friend. If somebody can be asked to do that, right?
Well, like is it? I think like is probably an inappropriate word in there. Could you?
Oh, yeah.
No one's
nobody
liking
actually
helping
likes
humping
it.
furniture, are they?
Yeah, but if they do it despite absolutely not wanting to, I think that is that's a friend, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think you've nailed
Yeah.
that. So anyone who's willing to, help you load a truck and,
Yeah. So if they all clear out, so actually, I know I got to do this thing.
Or worse, they let you down on the actual day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Sorry, mate. No.
Something's cropped up.
Yeah.
And what's cropped up is, my lack of forethought when I agreed to do this.
Netflix cropped up, yeah. Okay. Well, on that note, I think we're done, aren't we? And
we need to do some happy endings.
Yes, we'll move on to our happy endings. So, what's made
Shall I kick this one off?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so this is a genuinely happy ending because it's not a happy ending in such, but it's So it was my granddaughter's, my only what do you call a
grandchild?
Child, yeah, that doesn't sound right, does it? Grandchild. My granddaughter Emily, it was her first birthday, just gone, and it's amazing. There's nothing like kids, right? Small humans, the past to they're growing to absolutely fast forward the passage of time.
I know, because they come out and they're just a little lump of nothingness. That makes a lot of noise but doesn't really do anything, and then they turn gradually into a human, and it is quite. And that when she's one, that's still the cute age.
I'm going to say men are. This is when they become. I don't like to generalize because I'm sure men out there will be going, well, I'd love my child when they were 3 months old. We're not talking about love. We're talking about the fact that they become interactive when they get to that age of one.
Yes, exactly.
Because they develop their little personalities and they can laugh, giggle. Yeah,
exactly.
they have some emotional range.
Yeah.
Communication is still somewhat limited.
Yeah. But they can maybe walk around and say things, and you start to recognize that that's an individual instead of just a lump.
Yes, that's exactly it. So little Emily is one, and now she's starting to become a little human with her little quirks and little idiosyncrasies. So that's that. Yeah, that's great. So being her birthday, that was very much a happy ending to the week.
For sure. Very nice. Good.
Now follow that wholesomeness.
Okay, well, I mean, this is a sort of a similar thing. Not really, but
That's a stretch.
This hasn't
even for a fiction writer, I'd say that was beyond the realms of.
Okay, scratch that. But I haven't done this for a long time, over a year, in fact. But I have a new book ready to release, and it will be launching within a few days, probably Thursday, I think, but we'll see. But it's ready, it's all rocking and rolling, and it's coming to your Kindle very soon. So charge your Kindle, or I don't know, get ready on your Amazon or whatever it is you need to do. So my new book is called Significant Other Machine, and so it's about a girl called Sam who makes her own AI boyfriend, and hilarious things happen, right? But I started writing this about 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was kind of before, and I put it on hold for a long time, because it just didn't feel right. But in the culture zeitgeist that we currently have, it felt like I need to do this. This is now the time. I guess I was ahead of my time, right? But this is people do this. This isn't fiction anymore. This actually happened, right? So I decided to put everything else on hold and work on this one. And so I pulled it out of the old closet and shook it up and finished it off. And that's it. It's coming to you soon. So I don't know.
When was the last time you had a release?
It was December 24.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, good grief. Yeah, it was December 24.
Sorry.
So it's just over a year.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of that is because 2025 was kind of pants for me in a medical
It felt like a year, 2025, didn't it? I think it's just a year of upheaval. I know the Chinese have the year of the rat. I'm just going to say it was a year of shitstorm.
It was, yeah. I mean, everyone's always see this on socials a lot. It really pisses me off, in fact, but everything on socials.
Yeah, I was going to say, what doesn't?
Yeah, but everyone's like always down on the particular year, and then they always think, oh, well, next year's going to be better, and then it just doesn't. It's the same, right? And I don't think we should assign blame specifically to a year, which is just a date increment, right? A number. But personally, and I think you probably had similar, well, not similar, but a lot of churn and
turbulence.
And you know, I especially had medical crap going on, which did not help at all, and yeah, a lot of life shit. And so 2025, I didn't really have I had a short story release, but that wasn't really a real book, right? So this one is a real book, and it's coming soon. And actually, I should mention, I plan, right? And I'm not going to be locked onto this, but I plan to release 3 books this year. So I know exactly what they're going to be, and all of them are, well, one of them is finished, and 2 of them are started. So that is my aim, and we'll see come December if I made it or not. But that's the plan. So this is.
Well,
the first.
I think I'm going to try and match your target. I've got my latest will be out. It's kind of 99% written now, so just the tedium of the editing process to do.
Yes.
And then I've got to send it out to humans to read and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, then I've got another one, a Clement book that's kind of started and abandoned.
Yeah.
So that will be next, and then sometime in the autumn, the 3rd installment of Echo Lane. That's the third.
Cool.
Yeah, kind of feel I want to wrap that one up now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. I think a trilogy is a good number for a series, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, and you can always add on if you want to, right?
Yeah, well, I did that with the Clement one. I had 4 books, and I thought I'd wrapped it all up, and then you realise that actually, you know, people want this character, and then you've got to try and think of creative ways to bring them back.
Well, a trilogy it's got a word, right? It is a sort of. We have a thing about the number 3, I think.
Yes.
For some reason, magic numbers, or I don't know, but
unless you've got 3 testicles or bosoms,
nipples.
And then,
I mean,
that's a worry.
3 boobs. That'd be.
Here's the thing, right? If our female listeners, okay, would you rather have 3 boobs or 1?
Oh.
It's actually, you could put it to the guys as well. Would you rather have, assuming that you're not, that their functionality remains the same, would you rather have 1 testicle, 1 big testicle, or 3 smaller ones?
Oh, God.
Send us an email, mail@middlerage.uk, or go onto socials and let us know.
Okay, very good. It's like that old song about Hitler, isn't it?
Yes. Was that true? We don't establish.
Don't know.
I mean, out of all of the shit that twat did, I mean, it's
he only had 1 bollock.
This testicular number of testicles is kind of, you know.
I mean, I don't think that was what triggered. I don't think that's what started the war. Yeah, or all of that unrest. Was it that he had only 1 bollock? And did he have?
Probably not.
Was he born with 1, or was that result of some
Listen,
kind
I'm
of-
short-sighted, okay, which is, it's a disability of sorts, right? I have to wear glasses or contact lenses. You know, nobody knew of Hitler's single testicle.
That's right. It
But
wasn't.
I'm not invading Poland.
Good.
So, I don't think we can correlate
Don't know
the
if you can
singular
attribute,
testicle to
Okay.
that guy's
Anger. Anger
indeed.
issues.
He was literally fucking enraged, wasn't he?
He
Jeez.
was. Yes. Bit of a strange chap. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Well, there you go. Anyway, so happy endings, new books, and birthdays. What could be more happy?
Perfect.
Good stuff. Well then, so all that leaves us to say is go to buymeacoffee.com/middleraged and you can sign up for £2 a month or 20 something. I think it is 20
quid a year.
20 quid a year.
Or you can make a one-off.
Or you can slap us a $5 or whatever you want, which just helps us to pay the bills and keep the lights on and all the rest of that crap.
On that note, I do wonder if anyone as a New Year's resolution says I should be more generous, or anyone's New Year's resolution was beat the sweet with his 11 coffees. Now, I think that's a worthy New Year's resolution, right? Fuck all this, getting fit and
that's not going to happen.
Giving up smoking and whatever.
Be realistic.
Beat the sweet is very simple, right? You could fulfill that resolution within 5 minutes.
Yep, you could. Even if your credit card is already creaking with strain, a couple more quid isn't going to hurt, right?
Well, it would be 12 coffees, which would be 60
12 coffees,
so it might sting a little.
A little bit. But, how much is a parking at the airport, right?
Well, there we go. Yeah. I mean, at least we give some value. Yeah. I mean, we're now, 41 episodes, I think?
That's it. 41. Yeah. A lot of hours.
And we need to think, actually, because this is going to be a monumental year and a good year in some respects, because not only we our output book-wise, but it's the 10th anniversary this year of my first ever book, The 86 Fix.
Wow.
We're going to pass 50 episodes of Middle Rage, which is also a landmark. Not for most people, but certainly for us. Everyone going, how the fuck they keep this going for 50 episodes?
Well, look,
it's possibly the question most people are asking.
To be honest, if you do some research into this, a lot of podcasts end before they hit 10 episodes, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that up to 50, we're in the small percentages of people who keep going, right?
Well, I guess it's a bit like writing, isn't it? Most people sort of write one book. I say most people. People write a book and then think, well, that's it. I've written a book, and then you never see or hear from them again.
Yeah. Oh, even before that, a huge number of people. If you polled, if you stood in the town centre with a clipboard, right, and
a sandwich board,
and asked people, would you ever like to write a book? I suppose a huge amount of people would say, yes, I'd love to write a book. But then the number of those who actually do, right, actually sit down every day and churn out 80, 90,000 words or whatever, actually put it together, it's got to be less than 1%, right?
Oh, it's a bit like, just to turn it around on ourselves, it's like people say, I'd love to learn to play the piano. And who knew that learning to play the piano is actually quite hard?
It is, yeah. You're still doing that?
I've kind of sort of put it on ice, really.
Okay.
Trouble is, there's never enough hours in the day, is there? I think you can see why people do shit in retirement, because when you're active, but particularly when you're, doing your own thing and you're responsible for your own income and, there is no such thing as free time. No. All time is consumed by doing the things that you do to sort of boost your profile, your income, your output.
Yep.
And there are too many shiny things on the internet for us to be distracted by.
Very much so, yes. Look at it as...
So, no, my piano playing, I think I'm good. I got to,
play chopsticks.
I did okay to start with.
Happy birthday.
I was adept at happy birthday.
Yeah.
Which may come in handy at some point.
There you go.
But
granddaughter.
Exactly. I don't think anyone wants to hear that, and she's not old enough to appreciate my pianoage.
Okay. So there won't be a performance.
No, not on the piano anyway.
Okay. Fair enough. Right. Well, I think this episode has been pretty philosophical, hasn't it?
It's been, for early in the year. I think, we've touched on some interesting and thought-provoking subjects, which is most unlike us.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. Well, I think that's us done then.
We should say goodbye.
You should. Have fun.